Hey, what's going on, everybody? Little Debbie Nutty Bar Snack Binge 84 here. I really regret that. So, anyway, what do we got today? We got Silver. Yeah, this is an RPG, obviously, and it's kind of easy for me to just kind of conflate this game with, like, what is it, like Record of Lodoss War and, you know, like other games, Draconis Cult of the Worm, or some of the other ones I played here recently. I'm looking around for my little checklist because I was wanting to look at them. I'm just going to pause this for a second. Yeah, there's other RPGs for the Dreamcast, so I'm just gonna look at my little checklist. But yeah, I mean, we're about to get into one of the RPGs for the Dreamcast, which is just stellar. You can consider Shenmue an RPG. But yeah, I'm showing photos right now anyway, so it's all good. I don't know if you would consider Armada an RPG. That one's kind of cool, but I'm just talking about RPGs that this one kind of is confused with. It looks like a dungeon crawler, right? And I might not have taken the best photos, but that's cool because when you don't know what to do, you do what you know how to do. That's what you do after somebody dies, like in your family or something. You just kind of just stay busy. That's something my mother told me. I think that's wise words for a mother. Tell her son. Draconis, Cult of the Worm, yeah. Dragon Riders Chronicles of Pern kind of reminds me of that a little bit. You know, all I'm saying is that there's like RPGs on the Dreamcast that kind of look like. I want to say Time Stalkers. This game kind of reminds me of Time Stalkers, but looking at this list, I can't do this. But yeah, I mean, this is Silver. On the back of the game, it just says standard controller, jump pack compatible, VMU compatible, one player. It might be a super awesome RPG. I just don't know. I never really gravitated towards traditional RPGs. I like action adventure stuff like Shenmue and, you know, platformers and, you know, like whatever action games, shoot 'em ups, kind of like MDK2. Not much to say. It's just Silver. Oh, Seventh Cross Evolution, but that, I don't know. It's not like a. This game's probably technically considered by the mainstream better than Seventh Cross Evolution, but yeah, I mean, this looks like you could use cheat codes, probably a Game Shark code or something, but yeah, we're gonna get into some Silver. I probably already showed all of the photos. I'm gonna record another intro here and all of that, but. Yeah, let's keep them short and sweet. Let's do that. Let's say, hey, let's do that. All right. Yeah, I guess I don't have any reason not to talk over this. I might try to edit over this a little bit, but yeah, I tried recording this just like a second ago, and the audio was really low. And I was like, what is wrong? But my upscaler and my VGA hookup jam, it has an audio cable, and I just had to like twist it a little bit. It's just a little audio jack plug. So yeah, this looks like an old Hammer film. I watched one of the Dracula remakes of the Christopher Lee films yesterday, and I'm trying to get into some of those Hammer films. I watched The Mummy recently, the Hammer Mummy, and that one was pretty good. I like The Mummy more than the the Dracula remake that I saw, but apparently Christopher Lee does a really good job as Dracula in the Hammer films back in the day. Trying to get into some of those atmospheric movies. Kind of have a palatial aspect to it. Yeah, this just makes me think of Dracula. You know. Then the eyeball's gonna glow, I think. Let's see if that happens. This is just like Dracula. Oh, I thought that was bats. It's just a tree. Kind of reminds me of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Oh, it's a ghost. Looks like Casper. It's just hands. I thought we were gonna see more ghosts. More ghosts. I'm clamoring for more ghosts here on the Dreamcast 84 channel. We gotta steal from Nintendo. We gotta take the King Boo. Well, not King Boom Boo, but Boo. I think his name is just Boo. Regular Boo. I had to turn up the brightness, so I'm hoping you can see. It's just a bunch of books falling from a bookcase, man. This is the most boring intro I've ever seen. Like, I'm not engaged. You know, what is this? Just more hands.
As time passes, each lifetime harvests the forces of good and evil inherent in human nature. But nature is volatile. This book chronicles an age when the natural balance was disrupted, when men bowed down to oblivion and a terrifying evil was unleashed. Elders who sought to protect the innocent hid the book. So for 100 decades, these chapters have remained dormant. But the story has to be told. And even now, as the first page turns, the cancer spreads once more. The light succumbed first, as darkness cloaked the distinctive figure of a twisted man. Souls that were not seduced by his power were bridled with pain until their spirits broke. His warped body was a testament to the pain that he consumed. Even his blood curdled as it seeped through his hollow veins, keeping his vacuous heart pumping. But its beat remained strong and constant, even as his hands tightened round his wife's neck. Slowly, he squeezed the life from her fragile body. She had dared to crave intimacy, and after years of chilling indifference, she'd finally turned to one she thought could save her.
Alcohol.
Nemesis had been her husband's loathed enemy. They became lovers. Tragically, Silver witnessed their infidelity, sealing both their fates. Silver had savored his wife's pain, knowing that Nemesis would be compelled to exact revenge. He was not disappointed.
Yeah, this reminds me of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and Record of Lodoss War. So, this is their baby.
But it was assured his attendance at the opening. Reuben soiled each canvas until he required only one image to fulfill his vile biography. Nemesis.
Resident Evil Nemesis? All of these games are just bleeding together. Kind of excited. I'm going to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp today. I think that movie's supposed to be pretty decent. Getting kind of a Gauntlet Legends vibe. Because you got a wizard, and you got like a leprechaun-looking troll guy, and you know, there's probably some elves kind of peppered in there, kind of a Lord of the Rings thing going. Arson. Kind of getting like a Mario 64 or like a rare Banjo-Kazooie vibe with those picture frames, you know. I'm no Nintendo expert, but I kind of understand some of it, I guess. That was a real long intro. Well, let's get into Silver. Let's hit the start button. Just gonna hit start. Was the sequel to this game called Gold? And then the sequel to that one was called Platinum. And then the sequel to that one was, I don't know, some rare element. I vaguely remember this.
Be silent below fuse! It is decreed that all women of childbearing age will be taken before the Emperor's silver, so that he may
For
choose
forced impregnation.
any man or woman found impeding this order will be charged with treason.
Yeah, they need to get
sentenced
raped.
to immediate execution.
Raped, sacked, and killed.
You abuse your power. This is a violation of our rights. What rights? You belong to the Emperor. He will do as he pleases. Guards, seize the women.
Kind of miss those times, don't you? I kind of. It's like, you know, my sisters are indifferent to anything I have to say. It's just they don't care. If I lived back in those days where they were just like, well, I'm going to take your sister's away, I'd be like, well, yeah, because they hurt me. That's a bad way to be, you know, like, if someone hurts you, you shouldn't want to hurt them back, you know, that's kind of the difference between men and women is like where we always kind of hesitate towards violence. We're pushed towards violence, but we got the reputation for being violent because we live in a society that demonizes us, right? So, you know, I got a lot to say about that topic, but I mean, for real though, like I don't know if I have such a cold heart that if I found out one of my sisters died that like I would refuse to go to the funeral, because, you know, like I got my mother to think about, you know. I don't want her to hate me the rest of her life, you know what I mean? It's like men are always thinking about the long-term picture, but it seems like women just, they don't care about what they do or the repercussions of their actions, you know?
You're late. We need to practice.
That's a cool house.
Unfortunately, I'm constantly
Looks like a Japanese dumpling, one of those amorphous dumplings that you don't know what it is. I'm talking over the narration. I don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you I don't care. The immersion of this game, it looks cool. It looks like a PC game. Looks really good on the upscaler. Look at the water effects. It's pretty sweet. Screams PC. This screams a game that's not really my type of game. Let's see what's over here. I'm able to leave the area. That's cool. You can hear the water. I want to turn it up. I like water because I think that when you're near a water source, it kind of raises spiritual vibrations or energy or whatever. I'm all about vibration and energy. I wonder if that's a phase and it's going to pass, because I deleted a YouTube channel that was like higher self, and I used to have this one called DNA activation. They're always talking about like the archons, the Pleiadians and stuff like that, and it's just like people channeling like alien. This guy's like,
surely you do not concede that I will win before we even start?
No.
Then go into the house and fetch your blade.
well, okay, just be rude about it. Okay, bro. I mean, he's got my best interest in mind. I'm not going to argue too much, but he said go back into the house. I'm just exploring, bro. Just want to learn at my own pace, okay? I just want to just slow things down. But yeah, like some of the stuff on YouTube where it's like, we are the Arcturian Council.
You get up. I wanted to
Like, what
practice
is
with
that?
grandfather, but you look so peaceful. I Didn't want to wake you.
Yeah.
Have you eaten?
Gynocentrism. It's like, oh, you're such an angel because you were born a woman and you don't have to do anything in your whole life because you were born a woman. But as a man, I have to work towards everything. And of course you're not going to respect that. I'm not going to talk to that. I want to say the B word, but you know what? Let's not. What was that game with the treasure boxes? It was called Treasure Strike or something. Climax Landers, I think that was what it was called. It was a Japanese import game. I covered it on this channel. I couldn't really figure out that game, but I felt like I was on the brink of figuring it out. It was cool. I don't need to talk to that chick. Get out of here, bitch. Sorry, I just said it. I just said it. Sorry, nephew that may or may not watch this in the future, which he may or may not hate me because my sister probably is brainwashing him into thinking that I'm crazy when it's really society that's crazy. And I tried to articulate that to them. And they think I need to talk to a therapist, so, you know. That's just incredibly dismissive when you're, like, talking about your problems, like, directly. You're addressing your problems to your own family, and your family is giving you the message that there's something wrong with you, and they don't even know you, and you're the one reaching out. They don't even want to try to know me, and they have no idea, like, they have this idea of who I am, and they don't care to know about who I am now. You know what I'm saying? They suck. Hate my family. Isn't that a horrible thing to say? That you hate your family? I mean, it's a common thing this day and age, man. Everybody's so separated and stuff. It sucks. I love my mother, I love my beagle, and I love my nephew. So there's that. Got that weird pagan star. Well, this is just an RPG. It's not really one that I want to play. I'm just going to be honest with you guys now. I'm probably going to get a hater in the comments saying, well, just give this game a try. You know, I am giving this game a try. I'm just kind of, you know, checking it out. Okay, okay. We're doing something now. We're going to do a little sparring.
Now we can begin. Hold your sword ready and never take your eyes off your opponent. We'll start with some basic moves that will ease you into combat. Now you try. Good.
Just hit the A button.
I see I'll have to provide you
So
with
it's kind of holding your
challenge.
hand. It's telling you what to do.
Next, we should try the lunge.
Looks like a good game for what it is. Just not my type of game. Kind of slow going. I don't want to record this footage for too long, but
What was that supposed to be?
well,
I wouldn't want to better you too quickly.
this game is indoctrinating you into shaming language and trying to put women on a pedestal and stuff, and all the you have to avenge the women's. While it's holding down the right trigger, move the thumb pad up.
Good.
Yeah, you just follow the directions,
You
but
learn quickly.
I mean, not my type of game, so
Now, a swipe
I normally give
little
stuff
more
like a
skill
6
than
if
a lunge, but less
it looks
accuracy.
okay, but
Stand
I'm gonna give it a
fast, and in
5.5
one
just
swift
because
move, swipe
personal
hard
choice,
to
I
your
guess,
right.
personal
Like
taste.
this.
Yeah, I just don't really want to play much more. I mean, I got so many games. I just want to play stuff that appeals to me more. I mean, this might be something to get into later on down the road, but just not now. I'd rather play. I got my hands on Elder Scrolls Morrowind and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I got that on the Xbox original, so I've been playing a little bit of that, but yeah, I'm just gonna give this a 5.5, just personal taste. So, do I recommend? To be honest with you, this game kind of blends in with all the others. No, I'm not gonna recommend this one, unfortunately. But thanks for watching, guys. You're awesome.
Very elegant. I hope your opponents appreciate such artistry.
They'll have no choice. It'll be the last thing they ever see.